What do you want your cat to be named before I kill him too?
Alright, so Palworld initial thoughts. First off, similarities to Pokemon are obvious, but I don't care about that because there have been a trillion games where, yeah, some will look alike and, you know, who cares? I ain't capping for the Pokemon company. I don't care for the ass Nintendo. If you want to, by all means, go have fun. We ain't doing that here, though. As far as I'm concerned, it started with Dragon Quest, and everybody been pulling from that since. So, with that out of the way, what do I think of Palworld? I think it's pretty good. I'm going to keep it short and sweet so I can get back to playing. It's fun getting to chill with some unique monsters which are fully 3D. They got their own animations, personalities, they got their own quirks and abilities and passive abilities, and they got like partner things that they can do. Some of them can fly you around the map, or you can ride on top of them. So a lot of these pals, as they're called in this game, they got a lot of nice elements that really help you get into the environment, get into the game, really get into that headspace of, you know, just kind of chilling on a world with your own little dudes, just, you know, helping you go about all this stuff such as building and, you know, killing other things and eating and all this stuff. It's cool to just, you know, chill at the campfire with your homies or whatever and just go over what happened over the day. It's a pretty cool experience. It's chill. I like it. The vibes is right. And so far, so good. I will acknowledge that this game is a rip of like 5 other games, but it doesn't fall into the master of none type space. Instead, I would say it very much carries its own. It handles the catching mechanics well. The survival stuff is really well thought out and engaging without being overbearing, which to me is kind of a big deal, because you got a lot of other games where the survival mechanics are so deeply baked that, like, you know, the company's not going to change anything, and yet, you know, your food is always driving you crazy. You always got to drink water. It's too hot. It's too cold. You need to change outfits all the time. I haven't really ran into anything like that. Hunger is kind of annoying, but it goes away pretty quickly, and you always have an abundance of food. I mean, I got 600 plus berries, a stash of meat, and everything else going on in my backpack. So things like that are pretty easy to deal with, and I think they handled those well. There's also some Breath of the Wild type shit with the climbing and the weather and whatnot, so, you know, you will have to change gear and manage your heat and your cold resistance or whatever, and I think that overall that's pretty good. I'm okay with that. As for the map, surprise surprise, giant open world. It almost looks to be, there's like dots on the map, kind of just big ass open areas. They're really nice. They're detailed. The textures are cool. I'm fine with them. They're nothing nearly as bad as Sword and Shield trees, but, you know, that's another discussion on its own. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to, you can go about the game and find ugly textures and bad looking things. You can do that in any game. That's definitely to be done here. But I think overall, the art style of the game is very clean. Would I say it's unique? Probably not. But I think that it stands out enough with the games that are currently out and in its genre, which really, I don't even know if there's like a genre for this, right? It kind of seems like it's carving its own thing. I know there's a lot of controversy with the game and AI and all this other stuff. I'm not getting into that here, because it's just a good game and I want to enjoy it for what it is. Despite what people tell you, though, the game has more systematic depth than just pull out a gun and shoot Pokemon, or pals as they're called, like I said before, you know, and then rinse and repeat. In my first 6 hours of play, most of it was just a survival game. You know, you catch a few things, you go build your base, you get you some homies to help hook it up and keep the flow of resources going. Then you go out and just kind of shit on things at night and get, you know, more materials, more resources, come back to the base, level stuff up, build, you know, build this, build that. It's a really cool system. It's fun, it's engaging, and I think overall it offers a lot more than just what people are saying about it. There's actually some mad fucked up shit in this game too, like getting raided by 2 level 16 Barney looking ass motherfuckers who really just came down and burned my shit to the ground, forcing me to start over. And when I say they took everything, I mean everything.
Everything. This motherfucker has fucked up everything.
So with that, like I said, I was going to keep it short and sweet. I'm having an absolute blast. The game's like $30 on Steam. I highly recommend it. If you got some spare change, throw it this way. If you're into the survival stuff, if you want to climb around a giant world, if you want to see, you know, Pokemon or pals in this environment and act about and with all their unique personalities, I think this is it. I think this is a no-brainer, and yeah, I mean, this is a buy from me. Not a 10 out of 10. There are definitely some problems, but the company has already addressed that they're going to make some changes. They're going to fix how building works. I don't even know how that's going to be, you know, and they're going to add, apparently they're supposed to be around 200, I think was the number that I'm seeing around on the net right now. So about 200, you know, pals that they want to get in here. Right now, I think there's about 110. So about 90 more. Something around there. I think that's a good catch. I think that's a good call, no pun intended. And yeah, go out and get the game, have fun. Everybody's talking about it. Get in there with your friends. There's a multiplayer where you can make your own world and stuff like this, and you know, you level up your own character stats and stuff, so you could really get this kind of, you know, friendly environment where you got one guy who's like the powerhouse, goes out, slaughters everything, brings back stuff, and you know, you play it with your girlfriend or something, and she's at home building, which, not to say that you can't do outdoor stuff or whatever, but you know, if you wanted to have that dynamic, it's there, right? Someone at home building everything while the other person goes out, caveman days. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it, and I recommend it to everybody. So I'll catch you on the next one. I will say with this, after this, there's gonna be a lot of Tekken on this channel. We gonna still play RPGs. That's where I come from. That's my genre of choice. But Tekken's my mainstay. It's been in my heart forever. So that's gonna be coming up a lot lately. So I'll catch y'all later in the next one. Take it easy.